Queen Elizabeth has tested positive for COVID-19. Buckingham Palace shared the news on February 20th, which was reported by the BBC. The palace told the outlet that the Queen has been experiencing mild cold-like symptoms, but that she will continue light duties at Windsor throughout her required quarantine. News of the Queen's diagnosis comes on the heels of confirmation that her son, Prince Charles, had tested positive for the virus for a second time since the beginning of the pandemic. 4 days later, Charles's wife Camilla Parker Bowles also tested positive for COVID-19, according to Town & Country. In a separate report from BBC News, it was confirmed that Charles had met with his mother just 2 days before his diagnosis, putting her at great risk for contracting the virus. Neither Charles nor Camilla had been showcasing symptoms prior to their positive test results and had been carrying out their royal duties as scheduled. That included a trip to Windsor Castle by Charles, who held an investiture at the Queen's residence, according to BBC News. Clarence House has since confirmed that Charles received all 3 doses of the vaccine, which included a booster shot. Charles has completed the quarantine process and has been seen in public for the first time since falling ill, according to People magazine. All eyes are now on the Queen, however, whom fans are very concerned about. Although Queen Elizabeth may be feeling well enough to complete some light duties at home, many are concerned for her well-being following her COVID-19 diagnosis. The 95-year-old monarch was ordered to rest by her doctors in October 2021 as she was under the weather. According to the Wall Street Journal, the Queen was forced to cancel several appearances and some travel plans, though she continued doing light work from home. Prime Minister Boris Johnson said at the time, "I spoke to Her Majesty and she's on very good form. She's just got to follow the advice of her doctors and get some rest, and I think that's the important thing. I think the whole country wishes her well." Buckingham Palace later confirmed that the Queen had sprained her back, according to NPR. The Queen took the time to rest and soon returned to her regularly scheduled activities. However, she gave a speech at Christmas in which many fans felt that she looked thin and frail, according to Express. Royal expert Chris Barrett-Malloy said at the time, "The Queen is almost 96, and for the first time, she actually is beginning to look old and frail here." With her new COVID-19 diagnosis coupled with her advanced age, many fear that the Queen will not pull through, despite the palace's assurance that she is only experiencing mild symptoms. Queen Elizabeth's COVID-19 diagnosis has caused a flurry of tweets from concerned people all over the world. One person tweeted, "Wishing Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II a speedy recovery from COVID-19. God save the Queen." Another Twitter user wrote, "Oh my God, her Queen Elizabeth II has passed season is coming up." While the majority of tweets appear to wish the Queen a speedy recovery, there is undoubtedly a lot of concern for her health, regardless of the mild cold-like symptoms that the palace says she is experiencing. According to the CDC, the risk for severe illness with COVID-19 increases with age, with older adults at highest risk. Many people will continue to worry about the Queen's diagnosis until she is seen for the first time, or until she makes a statement by way of video of her own. Concerns over the Queen's health have been ongoing for years, and as she gets older, these concerns have clearly intensified. Back in 2021, the extensive plans for what will happen when the Queen dies were published by Politico. There is a very specific order of events that will take place, and that needed to be fleshed out in order to ensure that the transition of power happens as seamlessly as possible. The Queen has pulled through many past ailments with relative ease, and many hope that the trend continues. But there is always a fear of the unknown, especially with coronavirus. Queen Elizabeth has a few big months coming up as she is slated to celebrate her Platinum Jubilee in June 2022. Back on February 6th, the Queen marked 70 years of service to the people of the United Kingdom, the Realms, and the Commonwealth, according to the royal family's official website. Of course, this is cause for a big celebration, which has already been planned. From June 2nd through June 5th, the Queen is slated to attend public events and participate in a few community activities as a way to mark her incredible achievement. Her COVID-19 diagnosis is putting a mild damper on the upcoming festivities, however, as all eyes and ears are on Buckingham Palace for the latest updates. People all over the world are anxiously awaiting news on the Queen's health. Many have been looking forward to her Platinum Jubilee, which will be the first of its kind. However, the Queen's health is a priority, and many hope that she's able to pull through.